I blue? Am I blue?
The varsity boat race, the most famous battle on water since Trafalgar. On Saturday, they'll be out on the Thames again. No snags this year, but still confusion for visitors as all the committed spectators shout, "Come on, you Blues, and never lose." But tonight you're invited to join us in a much more colourful spectacle, the other boat race.
Plan with your man done fell through.
Lincoln Cathedral, one of Britain's most recognisable landmarks. But it's a landmark this chap and over 300 others will be glad to see the back of this Sunday.
Watch out, back it down.
Back it down, Bob. How soon can we get Justin?
It's another famous prominence they'll be looking forward or rather backward to see, the Boston Stump. Between the two, 31 miles of the River Witham, representing the world's longest annual boat race, and we'll be with them all the way. This, the 35th marathon, has attracted the best that British rowing clubs can throw up. And there'll be a lot doing just that before the day's finished. The international eights in the field, or rather water, will expect to finish in about 3.5 hours. The single scullers can anticipate being out of their sculls in a little longer. But for some, they'll be raw at the oar for over 6 hours, if they finish. It represents a supreme test, both physically and mentally, when at some stage along the course, macho men will wish that they'd stuck to bragging, and the women to nagging, rueing that they'd ever heard of rowing. Nevertheless, an awe-inspiring Sunday afternoon.
Sunday's the day for an upriver splash. Oh, what a splash, couples make quite a dash. Caudle and squeeze, with the shade of the trees. Punting canoe in it, everyone's doing it down beside the riverside on Sunday afternoon. Mabel to Georgie says, "Do like the rest." Georgie says, "Darling, I'm doing my best." And they both canoodle-oodle like a pair of pigeons in June. All the fish lose their breath and get tickled to death on Sunday afternoon. Down beside the riverside on Sunday afternoon. They have a picnic, make no mistake. Winkles and watercress, custard and cake. And it seems like a love sweet song to them. But they sing a different tune when they sit down to tea and get stung by a bee on Sunday afternoon. Down beside the riverside on Sunday afternoon. Some by the rushes are playing their pranks. Others go strolling along on the bank. There's a scramble in the brambles. There, a girl called Charlie O'Coon, as he gives her a push in the blackberry bush on Sunday afternoon.
The main objective is for the competitor to actually complete the 31 miles, and having completed that 31 miles, they will receive a pennant at the end of that.
A pennant for hours of penance. One can understand the lads turning out. After all, rowing clubs do have a reputation for having a drink after getting out of it. But what makes these girls travel from Paynton in Devon to take part? What are nice girls like you doing in a cold, windy place like this?
Dedication.
Dedication of rowing.
Dedication.
Challenge. Kind of regret if you don't do it. Fine, hold on, I'm still not here.
You really think it's as important as that, do you, that you regret it if you don't take part in this marathon?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What about you? You've been very quiet. Are you the...
Quite late.
Are you the...
Right. I'm starter off.
Are you the tactician? I'll repeat that. Tactician.
Treasurer.
Treasurer. Oh, that's as important as it.
Yeah.
So apart from stamina, which obviously you need to complete this course, what about tactics? Anything in mind?
Just keep going.
Take it easy.
Slow pace yourself the whole way.
Slow rate.
Yeah. Very slow rate.
Pretty girls all in a row, but no distraction for these youngsters. They're all under 16 years old from a local school, and they have the dubious distinction of going off first. Right, it's number one. You're the first in the water. You're obviously going to spend a long time there. What, about 6 hours, I'm told?
Yeah, better.
How do you feel?
Apprehensive. Nervous.
Can you do it?
We hope so.
No doubts for this young man, an international rower from one of the favourites, Nottingham, Britannia. You're tipped, very hotly tipped by the organisers, to actually, your crew, to win this. Do you think you can?
I think we can, yes. It's the reason why we've come. Always like to have a go over, to try and win overall. It's what I've always wanted to do.
Do you think you might break the record?
I don't think so, no. It's a very good crew that's got the record. Another squad crew that did it a few years ago. And I don't think we could beat
But
that.
you're going to go all out for it?
Oh, yes, all out, all the way.
It tends to be rather a fun event in a sense. So it's, as you say, it's one event on its own. But at the end of the season, it's a lot of fun. Everyone can get together in all different boats and just have a good day.
That's what you're going to do, is have a good day?
Oh, sure.
Bit of tiring one?
Yeah, that's a little bit of satisfaction at the end. And it gives you a thirst as well.
This veteran crew from Molesey in Surrey has a different reason to be here. They were beaten by Boston last year, and they're going flat out for revenge.
We shan't win. We shan't win.
You're still going to go all out to beat Boston?
Oh, definitely we should go all out. Where are they? Have they gone afloat yet?
No, Boston,
Haven't seen
Boston
them
are
yet.
around somewhere.
Oh, well, we shall go flat out to beat them.
Yes. no problems there.
We've just had a word with Molesey Boat Club, who say that this year they're going to beat you because last year you narrowly beat them.
Well, we'll beat them again this year.
Do you regard them as your main rivals?
Honestly, no, but we'll beat Molesey again.
What about the course this year? Better or worse than last year?
Well, if the wind drops as it has been doing all morning, it should get better as the day goes along.
So you think you might beat your last year's time, do you?
Oh, yes, yeah. I mean, last year was 4 hours, Martin.
It was a long time.
It was a long time, yeah, it was too long, much too long.
What about tactics?
Just go and keep going. Stop when it's absolutely necessary and just try and row through the pain.
The pain?
Yeah.
How bad does that get?
Well, do you want to take my place and you'll really find out?
We're going to do it the easy way. We'll watch the pain begin from our lawn.
You'll see it, don't worry. It'll start to show. It'll come through all right.
But anyway, at the end of the day, as far as you're concerned, is the object just to take part or is the object to win?
The object is always to try and do better than you did last year. To win, yes, if possible. Or beat whoever you want to.
But no smiles for the much-fancied members of Nottingham Britannia Club. 2 of their boats, the 8 and the 4-man Scull, are out of the race before they've even hit the water. Their chances scuppered when their Land Rover was involved in a road accident travelling to Lincoln.
Pretty upset about it, to say the least. It's the amount of training that goes in and the amount of effort. It's very disappointing to come all this way and then find that we can't race.
So Britannia won't rule the waves this year, but that doesn't seem to bother these rather animated Antipodeans. Celebration in anticipation in case they don't have much energy left at the end, or a pessimistic swan song? We'll soon find out as the final preparations are made. The all-important tape for the blistering finish and, of course, the all-important oars. If anyone wants to pull out, it's their last opportunity, because their next chance is another 8 miles away.
Go!
Anyone tell us the way to Henley? Yes, girls, you are going in the right direction. Wake me up at Boston, please. Good news for Nottingham Boat Club. Their 8 boat was involved in the same accident as their rivals Britannia, but they've repaired it, and they're now oars-on favourites to record the fastest time. And here's the Molesey crew.
OK, chaps, good luck. Thank you. Thank you. We need it.
And arch rivals Boston setting off 1 minute later. A single sculler already in trouble. I wonder if he thinks that because the event is sponsored by a bank, he has to hit one. Still, he's got 30 miles, 1,660 yards to get it right. Nearly 8 miles gone and no casualties so far, but it's here at Bardney Lock that the fun, at least for the spectators, begins. I hope the organisers have told the entrants, because now they have to climb out of their boats and rejoin the Witham after travelling about 200 yards overland. Nothing on his head, nothing on his feet, but why get your plimsolls muddy?
All ashore, we're sailing to an island of dreams somewhere. All ashore, we're sailing, cast away every fear and care.
You've got another 23 miles to go.
Don't panic.
You seemed pretty confident when you started.
Yeah, we're all right. It's
Hi, Boston, how are you doing? No answer and no sign of their arch rivals from Molesey.
When they've covered the 8 miles and they've actually picked the boat out of the Bardney Lock and carried it round, they get a second wind and say, right, well, we've done the first stage, now we've just got to go for the 23 miles.
Only 23 miles to go now, and almost everyone will be pleased to get back into the water again. Good to see the pretty punters from Paynton still in, and this young lady back on her back. Here's Nottingham Boat Club. In 8 miles, they've caught up Paynton, who set off an hour before them. Still, what's the hurry, girls? There's no haste here either. They've to change their socks. Perhaps they can help out these volunteers with some clean footwear. The Boston Stump, an encouragement at last for the rowers, and they need it. Though they're now only 4.5 miles away, it's mental heights they have to climb. Appropriately, the end is round the bend. Mind, Nottingham are still full of rowing. And the local club haven't caught a Boston crab. But where on earth, or rather water, are Molesey? We've got a bit of a mystery here because the famous Molesey crew either haven't turned up or what's happened to them?
Well, we've really no idea at this stage. We just hope they're still going strong somewhere.
When did you last see them?
Bardney Lock. Hours ago.
And there's no sign of them at all?
Not as far as we're concerned, no.
Now, do you think it's possible, ladies, that in fact your better halves are so good that they've shot down this river faster than you could do it in a car?
Well, there is that possibility, but if they did, we would be really, really surprised. So it took them 5 hours last year, and we really can't believe that in these conditions they would do it any quicker.
Are you worried about them?
Not really worried, no. We think they'll turn up sometime eventually.
But I can tell you, it's gone closing time now, so if there has been any distraction, I think that'll be finished by now.
Oh, no, because you know as well as I do that they're rowing on this elixir that they've made up.
And they're dedicated as well,
And they're dedicated, yeah. And they should reach the end. And we are convinced they will.
Well, here is the end, 31 miles later. Put it there, pal, but watch the hand. Talk about male chauvinism. I wonder if he expects them to buy the drinks as well. Look at these two go. It must be nearly closing time. I wonder if his socks are dry yet. Is he looking at his watch to see how fast they've done or to check whether the pub's still open? Well, they are. Anybody seen Molesey yet? The youngsters who set off first, their estimated time was 6 hours. They finished 5 minutes under. Top of the class, lads. And lo and behold, here is Molesey. Last year, 5 hours. This year, just under 4 hours, 2 minutes. No wonder their wives lost them en route. They don't seem to know how well they've done, but just look at the price they have to pay. And here come Boston. It's a very close-run thing, but the local favourites have taken 5 minutes longer. I wonder what Peter's reaction is for Molesey.
I am buggered.
Congratulations. Actually, some small consolation. You did beat Boston, so how do you feel about that?
Better, but we lost by 25 minutes to bloody Kingston, and they are our next-door club.
It's all rivalry, isn't it, with you?
Oh, yeah, we do this all the time.
All needle match.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Yeah, we love it.
But they were half our age.
Oh.
That is consolation.
All right, let's turn to Ken now. What about next year? Different tactics, different crew, what?
I've got to think about it. I've got to go home and think about it. I do this every year, and once I get to back to normal. I sort of say I probably will do, you know. But,
Do you think you're just about getting the formula right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we are. We've got it. We had this drink every 45 minutes, and we felt well. Actually, you see the way we came in there. Fantastic. We felt well. Actually, really well. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it this time. Last year it was agony. This year it was really nice. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Well, Ken really enjoyed it. Peter's saying nothing. He doesn't have to. But Nottingham Boat Club, in their patched-up craft, winners 5 times and record holders, have great reason for celebration. First again in 3 hours, 22 minutes.
That is about a nice pint of something.
Meanwhile, what about Boston? They were confident they would row faster this year, and they did that easily. But they lost to Molesey. What's their reaction?
Yeah, how do you really feel? Let's have a gut reaction. Whoops.
You just had it, I've got cramp.
You've got a cramp. Well, all right, what about next year?
Oh, give us the entry form, I'll sort it now.
As long as we can get some youngsters to pull us along again, yeah.
Oh, bugger. Yeah, we're all right. I haven't blown up.
You're all right.
Yeah, just want a drink.
Here's the New Zealanders. They finish in 4 hours, but there's more coxed fours to come in before they can celebrate. And here's the winners for the 5th time. What makes them so special?
Had a lot of training. 2 weeks before, we do about 140 miles up to rowing today, and we do a special diet that the marathon runners do, which is a carbohydrate boost. A week before we do the event, that was last Sunday, we row 16 miles, and we come off eating potatoes, crisps, beer, anything that's carbohydrate. So for 3 days, and Wednesday night, we come back on it.
Food for thought, but will the New Zealanders want a second helping?
I'll be going back to tell people in New Zealand never to think of doing this in the future. Never, ever.
Well, I think he'll change his mind, because in fact they have won their class.
Good on, Mel.
Hey, Mel, you got your part.
That's your swan song, Mel.
That's your swan song, mate. Mate, I play post-up.
Here's somebody else about to make a big splash. Oxford threw their cox, Sue Brown, into the Thames last year. Now it's her turn. Looks like Erica Rowe. Appropriate too. And one last hacker from the successful New Zealanders. Well, the All Blacks will be back, no doubt. But I wonder, will Blue Peter? Oh, and by the way, remember the girls from Paynton? They did finish, but long after our film crew had. Their time, 6 hours, 7 minutes. They won their class too. Mind, they were the only entrants.